Welcome to our show. You're listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections, a place to learn about and celebrate creative arts therapy. Each week, we'll explore new ways that music, art, and dance can reach, connect with, and help individuals of all stages of health and wellness. Hi, I'm Bree Bynan, a board-certified music therapist and the managing partner for the Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute. Tune in as I interview professionals from healthcare and educational backgrounds on the impact of the creative arts. If you prefer to watch our live video stream, simply visit www.pbmti.com. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You're listening to and watching Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. I'm your host, Bree Gordon, a board-certified music therapist and the managing partner for the Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute, a local music therapy practice here in South Florida, serving Martin, Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties. We're so glad you found us tonight. If you're listening for the first time, I just want to give you a little idea of what you can expect typically from this show. We're on every Wednesday night, 6 to 7, and we shine a light on the creative arts or any kind of creative approach to healthcare or education. So we've been talking a lot about healthcare pretty much exclusively over the past year, different ways that either creative arts therapists or musicians or artists or acupuncturists, Reiki masters, anyone with a skill, a talent, a gift, a craft that's a little bit on the creative side is being used to help others through health and wellness, but we really haven't focused that much on education. I'm really excited to change that today in a big way. We've got a huge show for you tonight. And why it's so important is because, quite honestly, all of these practitioners and therapists and musicians and artists that we talk to wouldn't be anywhere without having arts education in schools. They wouldn't have had the direction to hone in on their skill, on their craft, to make it a profession or enjoy it as a volunteer effort. So we're going to be talking today about why it is so important to keep arts in the schools. And I am not alone in hosting today, which I'm so excited about. I have a very special co-host today, a sixth grader from local Lake Worth Christian. Ryan Shank is my co-host today. Thank you for being here, Ryan.
Oh, thank you, Bree, for inviting me today.
Absolutely. My pleasure. And so not only are we going to get to chat about, as students and former students of being in arts education and understanding the value of that, but we're going to get a chance to interview some teachers as well, both in the middle school and high school. Not your teachers, but so you could ask whatever questions you want because you don't have to see these people tomorrow. It's even more exciting. I think this is such an important topic for so many reasons. One, I didn't even realize, honestly, that it was something to be contended. I mean, I guess that maybe I was spoiled. I didn't even realize where I grew up that having a music and arts education program was taken for granted. As I moved down here and started teaching private lessons, I realized that my students, voice and guitar students, weren't receiving music education in schools. It was something special that only some programs had. So I'm thrilled that the schools that we have represented today from the teachers, and that you have it also, Ryan, in school, do see the value in it. But it's something that we can't take for granted, that we actually have to keep showing the benefits of. So I'm just going to start out by asking for your experience, Ryan. How has having an arts education made a difference to you? And I know that you're in band, correct?
Yes.
And then also in the drama program?
Yes.
Very cool. So what has that meant to you, having those programs offered at your school?
Well, it means a lot to me, actually. Last year, this is my second year playing the saxophone in band, and if it was a thing you had to do, it was required to do in 5th grade. So it opened up the world of music to me, and so, I wouldn't be here playing the saxophone if it wasn't for being required to play it.
So, well, that's really cool, because it was actually a requirement to do it. It wasn't an elective.
Yes. And
so did it feel like sometimes when you're required to do something, it's like, now I'm kind of like, now I have to do it. I didn't choose to do it. Did you feel that way, or were you excited?
I was excited, actually. I wanted to learn something new and play a new instrument, yeah.
Very cool. So what has being part of a band for the first time been like for you?
Well, it's been an amazing experience since I have lots of classmates and band members that are really good players, and we've been doing concerts for band, and it's just amazing how get to do this all and how I get to play an instrument. I mean,
and
just,
you don't even have to have words, right? Your smile tells it all. I mean, you can't look at him and be like, oh, he hates it. It's terrible. He has no fun at all. No, it brings you a lot of joy. Sometimes it's as simple as that. When you're going through a long school day and you have something like looking forward to playing with your friends and playing in the band, that changes your whole day, right?
exactly, yes. That's what I look up to at the day, since it's second to last hour of school,
Oh,
so.
perfect. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better. So do you have some friends that are in band that you also kind of see outside of band as well? Have you made some friends being in that class?
Yes, actually, I've made quite a few friends, but so we have it split up into two parts. There's advanced band and beginning band. I'm in advanced band, so some of my friends that I was in with 5th grade haven't really progressed into advanced, so they're in beginning. So I haven't been able to see them.
Seem as much.
Yeah.
And so will you get to continue on then as you go through the rest of middle school
Yes.
in the band?
Yes,
That's great. Do you think you'll switch instruments or you'll stick with saxophone?
I'll stick with saxophone.
You like it that
Yes,
much?
I
That's
do.
cool. I played clarinet in middle school. It's very similar to saxophone.
Yes, very.
Yeah. So when I had to play saxophone in college, again, or had to do different methods classes, play different instruments, I was excited about how easy it was to switch between clarinet and sax. So you could probably pick up the clarinet pretty easily
Yeah,
as well.
it's pretty much the same notes, I think, right?
Yeah. It's and it might even be probably easier because it's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
So there you're a multi-instrumentalist. You didn't even know it. There you go. Perfect. So tell me about drama, because the first time we met, that's what you were super excited about. Telling me all about your show. Did that happen?
Yes, we did actually just have a show.
Okay, very cool. Tell me about that.
Well, I was actually a prince in it, and it was about 3 princes trying to find out what quest they should be going on. And there was a strong prince, and I was the smart, nerdy prince, and then there was just a normal prince, and we were all just fighting and bonding together almost about what quest we should go on. So it was really fun doing that.
That's cool. Was it something you guys came up with, or was it written already, or did you kind of did you get to give some direction as you were going through it?
No, it was already
It was already written. Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty neat. These are really creative things, that you maybe would be different if you didn't have theater or you didn't have band in school. What do you think you would do with this creative energy? You obviously have a big personality, a lot of creative energy. I imagine that would be difficult.
It would be difficult. I don't know what I would do without, band and drama, in school, Maybe I would go to other places, but...
Yeah, you might have to look outside of school for...
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some options for that, for sure. And you do some broadcasting
I
as
do.
well. Tell me about that.
Actually, for our school, we have LWCS Blue City, as we call it.
Ooh.
And we do sports broadcasting with Coach E.
Okay.
He's our athletic director. And so I kind of have some experience with doing this kind of stuff. So,
Very cool.
and it's...
Oh, you're a natural, I can tell. This is not new to you. I'm like going to back out. I can quit this job.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Well, I don't know. Maybe next week. That's, to me, that I would not want to do that. Like, I know, I pick my guests. I know what we're going to talk about. Like, I have the topics out. When something is happening live in front of me, like a sports game, you can't predict that. That's actually just, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you nervous?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I mean, that's you must be the best like broadcaster ever, because I wouldn't know how to say. Well, first of all, I don't know that much about sports, and that's why I'm in the arts. But but that's a lot. That takes a lot of concentration. You can't take your eye off it for a second.
Yes. Yeah, you cannot. No gazing away or drifting off. You just, have to watch the game. So.
And if you do, here's where drama comes into play, because those improv skills will be great. Like, oh, I can't believe that just happened. You have no idea what just happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just act it.
Yeah.
It's all part of it.
Yes.
Perfect. It's all part of it. So we're going to have some guests on today. One who is a choir teacher for a private school, similar to Lake Worth Christian, and then one who is a choir teacher in a public middle school. So what do you? I know that you're in band and theater and not choir, right? Or you're not in choir?
No,
correct?
not yet.
Okay, not yet. So is that something that comes later?
8th grade. So
Oh,
I'm looking
okay.
forward to that too.
Oh, cool. So that's something you'd be interested in as well?
Yes.
Very, very cool. Do you think you'll keep band too?
Yes, I will keep band.
You're gonna have a busy schedule.
I will.
That's awesome. So what would you like to learn from the teachers today, do you think?
Maybe more art skills.
Okay.
In the arts, if they have anything to tips.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love that. Do you think that you will continue on, I mean, even beyond middle school with keeping music and art in your life? Is that something you're interested in?
Yes.
Oh,
I
cool.
am.
What, just, I out of, just because I'm curious, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I've been going back and forth through maybe I should be an actor, maybe I should be a pilot, but
Maybe you could play an actor in a movie.
yes.
And then you could get flight training and be acting.
Exactly.
So I know that I have an audience in Hollywood, so clearly you look this kid up. Future pilot, actor.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a real thing, but we're gonna work on that for you. That's
okay.
cool. Those are some big goals. I like that. So you get to ask them all the questions that you want later because you are the co-host today. I mean, you can say, "Hey, Bree, excuse me, you've talked too much. I have something that I'd like to ask. I just want to put that out there." You know.
Yeah,
You
okay.
say, "Hey, I got this." Because I trust you, my friend, and I'm glad you're here today. One more quick thing before we go to a commercial break and bring on the rest of our guests. It is officially November. I don't know how this happened. It is World Alzheimer's Awareness Month, so I want to mention that our walk was postponed, our West Palm Beach Walk to End Alzheimer's, so you still have time to sign up for your team. It's going to be November 19th at City Place. You can go to als.org/walk to show your support. Please stick around. We're going to have a quick break, word from our sponsors. We come back. We're going to be talking to a few choir directors here locally in Boca Raton about why they think advocating for arts education is so important. Stick around.
Mom's fall was a wake-up call. We knew she needed help, but we also knew she'd never leave her home.
With jobs and kids, we can't always be there. We weren't sure who to trust to help around the house and make sure she takes her medications.
We did our research and found our answer, Bright Star Care. Their home care teams are led by registered nurses, with help available 24/7.
Thanks to Bright Star Care, Mom can stay where she wants to be, at home.
For a standard of care that raises the bar, call 844 for Bright Star.
The Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute is a professional music therapy practice serving medical, community, and educational settings throughout Southeast Florida. With our experienced team of 11 board-certified music therapists, we use music and research-based therapeutic interventions to help individuals of all ages and abilities reach their goals and increase their quality of life. For more information on our services and programs, please visit our website at pbmti.com. Engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or call us at 561-747-9944. You are listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. If you'd like to join the conversation, the toll-free number is 888-565-1470. Now back to the show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You're listening to and watching Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. I'm your host, Bree Gordon, and I am here with a room full of people. You can see half the people right now, but we're going to open it up to both. There you go. I haven't had this many people in here in a while, so it's really, really exciting. So Ryan, my co-host today, thank you again, Ryan, for being here. Sixth grader locally here at Lake Worth Christian in playing the saxophone, loving it. I'm just going to say you play the clarinet. I don't care who hears me. Multi-instrumentalist over here. Just if you don't now, like, you're just gonna crush it. So drama, looking forward to choir, which must make my other guests excited to hear that enthusiasm. And so Ryan's gonna be helping me out today as we meet and talk to some lovely choir directors here locally in Boca, Lindsay Nowitzki and George Vales. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We're sharing a mic on this side, so be patient with us. All right, so I'm not meeting you for the first time. I've had the pleasure of knowing you guys for several years now. Worked together locally here as singers. Lindsay was our choir director. George and I sang as featured soloists. So hopefully we'll have some time at the end of the show to do some music for you all today. And we have a fourth mic. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, perfect. Is it on right now? Beautiful. Thank you, Freddie. Okay, so we are all set now.
We're good to go.
We're good to go. So I just want to start by asking you guys to just introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about yourselves, where you went to school, what your instruments are, what you love, and yeah, Linz, take it away.
All right, I'll go first. So my name is Lindsay Novitsky. I teach middle and upper school chorus at St. Andrew's School here
What
in
does
Boca.
upper school mean?
It's high school.
Oh, okay.
9th through 12th grade. Yeah. And we're an IB school, so I teach IB music as well. I did my undergrad at FAU, also here in Boca. Go Owls. And I got my master's degree in music education from Florida State.
Very cool. Awesome.
And I was also in band, like Ryan. But I'm a flute player also, so.
And
And
you play piano.
a little bit. I
And-
don't consider myself a piano player.
And you
but-
play some guitar.
and a little bit of guitar.
Anything
and
else?
that's it.
And that's it. All right, very good. I just want to get everything out. And Mr. Vales.
Hello, well, my name is George Vals, and I am the choir director at Eagles Landing Middle School in Boca Raton. This is my 3.5 year there. I graduated from Palm Beach Atlantic University in West Palm, and I got a degree in music education. I am a singer. My primary instrument is voice. I play very little piano on the side as well, but that's pretty much what I do.
That's awesome. And what I've loved too is, other than just watching your guys' programs over the last couple years and seeing you kind of take the baton from her at Eagles Landing and all that, is getting the chance to actually be in both of your concerts as a guitarist. Sometimes as an electric guitarist, which has been very strange for me. But it's been so cool to see, not only how the kids respond to you both and learn, but how excited they are. Like the enthusiasm you're showing me, Ryan, like about talking about this, like it is something to look forward to. And like I said, this has got to make you guys happy to hear someone so excited to come into choir, right?
Brian's one of the good
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
That is
But
on
thankfully, we
live.
get a lot of the good kids in the arts, so that's...
Yeah,
We do.
so why do you think that is? That's actually an excellent way to start.
Well, I think that if the students are involved in something that's successful and they get they have good experiences doing it, it encourages them to continue with it because they're having fun and they're doing something all together. It's similar to participating in a sport, except it's I was also a soccer player. I played
Right.
at FAU, so I can kind of speak from both perspectives. They're very similar things. It's a team. So,
yeah. Would you agree
know.
with that, Ryan? Yeah, and it's kind of lends itself to what you were sharing about, having the friends with you, and you're excited to go with that, but you're also creating this together, especially the example you gave of drama, and you're working together to make a scene. It's just you guys up there. It's nothing without you. How cool is that to have that sense of satisfaction? Totally. So what? And I'll start with you, George. What influenced you to become a choir teacher?
Well, I've been singing ever since I was a little kid, and I've always been in choir, starting in middle school and stuff like that. But really, I think the thing that motivated me most to become a music teacher was my high school choir experience. We had a really great teacher who is very motivational, and he always inspired us to go out there and do our best and inspire others with music. And so I love that so much that, he gave me leadership opportunities as well. So I was the president of my high school choir, and in doing that, I had to do stuff like lead sectionals and help plan trips. And he really did show me everything that involves being a choir director, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought, I could really see myself doing this
That's amazing.
the rest of my life. So
To have that opportunity,
Yeah.
in school. I mean, I I mean, I loved my choir director. Don't get me wrong. I had an amazing experience, obviously, because here I am. But that's a really cool thing to be set. It was almost like an internship.
It was
while you were in school.
I learned so much from my high school experience.
Yeah, and he saw that in you too. That you had that passion for, and you were going to run with it.
He did. He knew, and so he'd be like, George, when you have your own program, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, cool,
So,
cool.
it
And
was
that
fun.
was locally too, right? All your school experience has
Yeah,
been
I went to school in
here
Broward
South Florida.
County. Yeah.
Very
So-
neat, very neat. So that's what I love about that too, being from a small town in New York, is a lot of people are transplants down here, but you really you learned your education here and you kept it here. The things that you learned, which is really neat. And what inspired you? Because you had a lot going on. I mean, you had flute going on. You were playing soccer. You were moving all over the place.
I actually wasn't even in my school chorus until my junior year of high school, because my dad was in the military, so we moved all over. And after 9th grade, we moved to Texas. And the band director there, he just had a rule, and some of them do, that you had to do marching band in order to be in band. And I didn't have time to do marching band, so I couldn't be in band for one semester. And then I was in the second semester, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. And then one of my friends suggested that, maybe you should try out for chorus. There's not as much after school stuff because there's not marching, so it won't conflict with soccer. And so then my junior year, I was in the Texas All-State Choir, and that singular experience of being in that choir kind of made me realize that, okay, this is something I want to continue in my life, whether it's, I didn't realize at the time that I would end up teaching, but I knew that I wanted to be involved in some sort of chorus.
And what grade did you say that was?
That was 11th grade, my junior year.
year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
I was.
late in high
I
school.
had always been singing, but just not in a choir situation.
Right.
But then, thankfully, when I moved back, then we moved back to Florida right before my senior year. But I was able to do band, and I was in orchestra and take chorus all during my senior year. So I had a lot of electives.
This is what you have to look forward to
Which
when
was
you
good.
when you carry on this path. I mean, and like college, forget about it. Like all your other friends, if you, and I hope you do, go into the arts for college. Warn you now, all your other friends will have 4 classes, and you'll never hear the end of it. And you'll have 22, 2 which you have audited just for to get 0 credit. Just
You
so
have
you
to
can
go
take
for
them.
no credit.
And you'll get home at midnight, and then you'll practice, and then you'll get up and do it all over again. But here's the thing: in your career, you'll be the happiest person. That's true. You will. You'll be the happiest person. We are. Everybody's so, I want to do what you do. I want to sing all day. I want to make music. I want to teach or be with people. Right? Yeah. Yeah, sure, Brie. Whatever you need me to say right now. Perfect. He's convinced. I'm sure of it. So I do mention a lot on this show that I didn't personally feel called to teaching. I was afraid of graduating with a performance degree and
That's why
auditioning the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Like I love performing, which is why went for the church jobs and did that for so many years. But music therapy was just such a good fit for me because I got to be with people. I got to be, helping, especially obviously my passion for seniors that I've had since I was young. It was just so perfect. So why teaching? Why of all the avenues of ways that you could use music, why was teaching the calling?
I didn't see, at the time, I didn't see the value for me personally of getting a performance degree. But I knew I wanted to stay with music and teaching we have a lot of teachers in my family. I have a band director and a cousin who teaches at University of Indiana in the music department. So I just figured, well, at least I'll have job security if I get an education degree. I didn't even know if I would be good at it because I had 0 experience teaching. And it takes a couple years to get into it, but you know after that first year if it's something you want to do. The first year is tough, as George can relate to.
But we also, and I'm just obsessed with you and everything that you do, and I just brag up and down everywhere for you. But can we talk about like George's first concert?
You were there for a half year.
Yeah,
I still can't get that out of my head. Like you had 3 different languages, and they were playing instruments, and they were marching, and they were doing. It was incredible. Like, how
Thank
did
you.
you just, I mean, that is truly something you were like born with a gift to do that. That's not like I have this job and I have to do it. Like a half a year and they trusted you enough to do so much outside of the box.
It was very challenging. That's all I have to say.
But why? Challenging in what way?
Just being in a new school and having to prove yourself to your kids because, they don't trust you right away as a teacher and, they don't know what you can provide for them. And, gaining and earning their trust and seeing that if they put in that hard work and it'll drive them to success, you know, and teaching them that lesson is challenging because you have to push them, it is their elective music, so they want to just relax and not do anything. But I say, hey, it's fun, but at the same time, we do have to put in work.
Right,
and
right.
you will succeed if we put in that work. And so that was their celebration of all their hard work, that concert.
For sure.
And they
It
put
was a
in that
celebration.
work. And they loved it and they saw the value in that. And that drew more kids into the program.
And this is a great example of a situation in the Palm Beach County Public Schools where Eagles Landing Middle School has a fantastic music program. Mike Egan, the band director, has been there for years and has between 200 and 300 kids in his program.
Wow.
And then the Eagles Landing was my first job right when I graduated from FAU. And it was sort of a rebuilding process for that. And then I was there for 3 years and then left. And then I went to a high school job. But when I left, the choral program sort of fell apart and then they cut it completely because there wasn't enough student interest or there weren't enough teachers and they had to, add another teacher for reading or something like that. But then they got a new principal and who thankfully was very supportive of the arts and realized the value in adding back in the vocal aspect to the music program. So then I came back there and I was there for a year and then got called for St. Andrews where I have the opportunity to do middle school and high school, which is very appealing to me because I love both ages. And then George came in after me.
Yeah.
And then because I was only there for a year and then there was a 6-month gap where they had no teacher and then George came in mid-year. And I mean, how many kids do you have in your program now? You've built it up from nothing. It's amazing.
I have 185 kids in chorus, and then with musical theater, I have 220.
So
So
that is a
but
success
also,
story.
even though there was that break, you gave it a strong foundation
Well,
too.
Yes.
I
and
like
they
to
knew,
think so.
they knew what to accept, but
She- yeah.
it is. I
She
mean,
did.
Yeah.
George,
He
that
took
was
it.
there was-
George took it and ran with it.
There was nothing like your
Thanks,
first
Lindsay.
concert. I mean, that was
Thanks,
just
Lindsay.
incredible. Ryan, I'm sure you're percolating with all their sharing. I know you've wanted an opportunity to get some advice and tips, especially as we're talking about getting into some of the later years. So I want you to think about that. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Ryan's going to take the mic from me. Stick around. The Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute is a professional music therapy practice serving medical, community, and educational settings throughout Southeast Florida. With our experienced team of 11 board-certified music therapists, we use music and research-based therapeutic interventions to help individuals of all ages and abilities reach their goals and increase their quality of life. For more information on our services and programs, please visit our website at pbmti.com. Engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or call us at 561-747-9944.
Mom's fall was a wake-up call. We knew she needed help, but we also knew she'd never leave her home.
With jobs and kids, we can't always be there. We weren't sure who to trust to help around the house and make sure she takes her medications.
We did our research and found our answer. Bright Star Care. Their home care teams are led by registered nurses, with help available 24/7.
Thanks to Bright Star Care, Mom can stay where she wants to be, at home.
For a standard of care that raises the bar, call 844 for Bright Star.
You are listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. If you'd like to join the conversation, the toll-free number is 888-565-1470. Now back to the show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You're listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. This is what happens when I have a room full of friends. Not a lot of work gets done here, but we have a lot of fun. So we are learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about you guys and the program. I guess I remember that you came in half the year, but I'm still just blown away by that. It's so amazing. And it shows the testament of when you're passionate about what you do, and then you have students that are equally as passionate and ready to learn and be inspired and put together some awesome stuff. It makes they're going to remember these programs that you guys put on for the rest of their lives. I remember stuff I did freshman year when I went from a really small private Christian school to a public high school, and once I got into that public high school room for the first time, and there was more than 10 people in my class, and we had parts, and we did the Lion King medley. It was the coolest thing in the world, and I'll never forget what that meant to me. I was like, I need to do this the rest of my life. Yeah, it's so cool. So I got so excited I skipped who we're talking to today. So my very special co-host, Ryan Shank, a 6th grader here locally at Lakeworth Christian School. Again, thank you so much for being here, Ryan.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. And Lindsay Nowitzki and George Valls, who are local choir teachers, both from the public and private school areas of the world, talking about the importance of arts education. So, Ryan, you just said, oh, I know. I have got a question for these guys.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear it. Go, take it away, my friend.
I've got a question. All right. So,
He's got a question.
how many years have you been working? How many years have you been working?
So this is my 12th year teaching. Yeah.
3.5
3.5. All right.
years.
So, for those 12 and 3.5 years, what is your favorite thing about doing it?
Ooh.
Favorite thing about there's a couple of favorite things. I would say during the school year and the months leading up to any performances, sometimes it feels like as a teacher you're working so hard and you're trying to motivate your students to work really hard also when you're in class, and people kind of get dragged down in the work of it all. But then when you get to that final performance, and as a conductor you have this incredible experience on stage, and you know that your students are feeling really proud of themselves, that is the reason we put in all this work, that end result. So that's probably the biggest reason.
Oh, that's good.
That was really good. The same for me, actually. I mean, seeing the joy.
You can't steal her answer, George.
No,
He copies everything else in my life. So
no, really seeing the joy and the excitement that students get from being in an ensemble and working together, and seeing that hard work pay off, and them motivating other people in the audience, and other people in the audience coming up to them and saying, you really touched me today. And I'm knowing that it wasn't me that did that, it was my students, and seeing that they took that and they ran with it, it makes me really proud, and I really enjoy that, and I couldn't trade that for anything. So
That's awesome. As being a student of that feeling of having, have you had, well, yeah, this is your second year, so you've had recitals and,
yeah.
or what do you call it? Band performance?
Concerts?
Yeah, band
Concerts,
concerts. Yeah. Sorry, been out of it for a while. What was that feeling like for you?
Oh, it was amazing how last year we had our first band concert, and just coming up in a few weeks, we're going to be having our other band concert, our winter band concert.
Awesome. Do you know the date and time for that in case anyone wants to check it out? Mom's looking it up. We'll get back to you on that. That's cool. So it's all holiday themed
Yes.
music then? How fun. Those are my favorite. Those are a lot of fun. You guys have yours probably coming up fairly
yeah, we have
soon.
ours in December. Yep, don't know the dates off the top of my
Okay,
head.
doing great, guys.
mine is December 14th
Hey!
at 7
Mine's the same day
p.m.
as yours.
at Olympic Heights High School.
Say the time again.
December 14th at 7 p.m. Olympic Heights High School.
Okay.
And that's when ours
It's
is
free.
too. And our middle school concert anyway.
And then
Yeah.
your high school
Is
one
yours
is the
The high
Wednesday
school one
before.
is the Wednesday before that. So December 7th.
Love how I know you.
Are there going to be bagpipers at
There
your
are always
concert?
bagpipers at our
Because
concerts.
That's a highlight
Yes.
for me.
Come for the bagpipes, stay for the chorus music.
No, the jazz too, right? Like
Oh yeah, because the way they do our concerts is our school. It's combined instrumental and chorus, so we feature all the instrumental ensembles as well as the vocal department. So we've got jazz band, concert band, strings, and bagpipes.
and bagpipes.
Oh.
Yep.
Do you
we're
have
the Scots.
bagpipes?
So
I actually started playing it, but then
Really?
I got really busy as I'm going into 5th grade. getting all this stuff with plays and actually band. So, I couldn't play 2 instruments at once. So I kind of dropped the bagpipes, but
But you really were learning the bagpipes?
yeah, so there's this thing you get. It's called the chanter, and it's a piece of the bagpipe before you start squeezing a bag.
Oh.
So
It seems like a really hard instrument.
Yeah. Well, my dad actually plays the bagpipes.
Really?
He decided
I'm learning so
about
much.
10 or 12 years ago that he was going to play the bagpipes, and he's actually really, I mean, I shouldn't sound so shocked because he was a musician also in high school, but he's really good. He plays the bagpipes at different military events and veterans
Oh,
events
wow.
in the Hillsborough County area. So, yeah.
Hey, shout out to Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Way to go.
Dad. Playing the bagpipes. Very cool. Do you play the bagpipes, George?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Well, then we're done talking to you tonight. Any other questions for him, Ryan?
no, I think I'm good.
Okay, I'm telling you, you jump in
Yes.
because I mean, oh wait, I have a question on your behalf. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yes.
So Ryan said going into school, looking forward to expanding, continuing with band, adding choir. I mean, this is a lot. Like we talked about adding a lot on the plate. I mean, drama, band,
can
choir,
do it,
adds
though.
up. You can do
You
it. So
can.
give him advice.
I
on-
did it. I always
Okay.
tell my students they're whenever they say, "Well, I don't have room in my schedule." I yes, kids today are way extremely busy and overscheduled, but if you prioritize and make time to fit in all of these things that interest you and that you want to get better at, it can happen. I mean, I played competitive soccer, I was in band, and I was in chorus. So and my soccer stuff helped me in school. I went to FAU. The reason I ended up going to FAU is because I had a soccer scholarship. I didn't realize at the time that I was going to end up doing music. Because when I was 18, I really just cared about playing soccer.
So that kind of
But,
fell
yeah.
into your lap, the music piece.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
I mean, I knew I liked to do it, so I was just a general music major, but then I specialized in education. So
So prioritize.
Yep.
Okay.
Prioritize. I would say get an agenda and write down all of your dates for everything that you do, and make sure that you communicate with your teachers and
Yeah.
make sure with your parents to make sure that you can get to where you need to get, because it is a lot of things and it can be overwhelming at times, but as long as you communicate effectively, I really do think you can go a long way.
my students that play, they all play, most of them play sports, but the ones that are able to manage everything,
Yeah.
sometimes there is a conflict with like a practice or a game, but as long as you communicate with your coaches
It's the
and
most
your
important
teachers ahead of
thing.
time, usually we can work around the conflict and,
Right.
go to half of this practice and half of this practice, or you need to come to this concert and miss your practice because the concert, that's like our game, really. So
Yeah, we can't
It's manageable.
negotiate
Yeah.
like 20 minutes before the rehearsal.
Yeah, no, that's
You
the
know,
worst.
come-
Oh, by the way, I can't come because I have a game in 10 minutes. That-
Yeah.
That's a
and,
little
and
irritating.
practice, lots of practice too. That's definitely something that'll get you a long way. And people like to practice the things that they're good at, but practicing things that you're not good at. For example, I'm not good at piano, and I know that I need to practice that more because I'm not good at it. So
Yeah. I was just thinking about the things that I'm not good at, like sight reading, which Miss Lindsay would yell at me about a
I wouldn't
lot.
yell at you.
She's so mean. No. I did practice sometimes. I just want you to know that now.
okay. I believe you.
Thank you. Okay. Do you feel like that was good advice?
Yes, it was.
Yeah? Okay. Awesome. So that was helpful. So balancing a lot, going on. Schedules get busier and busier, but what you like to do makes you happy. So do you find though, with all this going on, you might think, oh, grades suffer, right? Sometimes that's the issue, right? If you've got all these programs, but I don't find that as much
I'm
with.
glad you mentioned that because no, actually, there's been several studies done over the years that actually prove that people who are involved in music and the arts generally do much better on reading comprehension tests, math skills, and when you get to high school on the SATs, people who are involved in the arts have overall higher SAT scores. And then when you get into the university level, music majors who decide that, well, okay, I majored in music, but maybe I don't want to make that career because I'm interested in, I don't know, law school or med school. 66% of music majors who apply to medical school get accepted, which is the overall highest percentage of any
Wow.
other major that applies
So
to
you
med
could
school.
be a pilot, actor, doctor.
Yeah. Or you could be an actor who plays a pilot, doctor.
All the things.
But because I think one of the things the study mentioned was that music majors are involved in so many things, and your schedule is so jam packed that you have to learn to prioritize. And being involved in the arts creates those right brain and left brain connections.
Yeah.
Connecting the logical side with the emotional, creative side,
Right.
which for something like medical school can come in really handy.
Which is so cool because I know you and I, just from Facebook tests and stuff, that we are like right in the middle of kind of that right and left brain. And I think that that helps so much. I mean, I don't know about your brain, George. Are you?
I don't either.
It's so helpful because obviously we excel in music and that's our path and that's the things we do. But when we need to be out of that realm and be in a managerial role or a leadership role or a director role, being able to hone in on those other skills as well, it's invaluable. And being able to balance all this going. I remember, being in college and having the 22 classes, but also being class officer and in the Rotary Club and in the Habitat for Humanity, blah, blah, all this stuff. I would see a lot of my fellow music majors doing all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how are they here?
We're gluttons for punishment.
Yeah. Oh, wait, how am I here? So it does. I think it well prepares you for adulthood and just being kind of a jack of all trades. And, I don't know that it makes you less anxious about doing all these things.
No,
It
nobody
is a
said it was
stress
anxiety
reliever,
free. But you kind of learn how to manage. I mean, I manage it some days better than others, but
True. And you know how you said we're busy, they're busy all the time. Students are busy all the time. They look forward to their music classes because it is a stress reliever in some way.
For sure.
And like we
Yeah.
had a very long day yesterday, and at the end of rehearsal, Lindsay and I were talking about at our girl choir how it rejuvenates us, even though
Yeah.
we're so busy all the
Yep.
time. Just being in that rehearsal and making music with other people is
Yeah.
rejuvenating, and
Totally.
it's great for anybody. Which will therefore you can get better grades because you're not as stressed.
Totally. And that's why I really look forward to making music with you guys. And so here's why I went to music therapy and music education. My music educators really like to practice things and have them perfectly. I'm the one that says, hey, we're on in 5 minutes. We're going to do these songs. Great. So look forward to that just after this quick commercial break. We'll see you soon.
Mom's fall was a wake-up call. We knew she needed help, but we also knew she'd never leave her home.
With jobs and kids, we can't always be there. We weren't sure who to trust to help around the house and make sure she takes her medications.
We did our research and found our answer. Bright Star Care. Their home care teams are led by registered nurses with help available 24/7.
Thanks to Bright Star Care, Mom can stay where she wants to be, at home.
For a standard of care that raises the bar, call 844 for Bright Star.
The Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute is a professional music therapy practice serving medical, community, and educational settings throughout Southeast Florida. With our experienced team of 11 board-certified music therapists, we use music and research-based therapeutic interventions to help individuals of all ages and abilities reach their goals and increase their quality of life. For more information on our services and programs, please visit our website at pbmti.com. Engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or call us at 561-747-9944. You are listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. If you'd like to join the conversation, the toll-free number is 888-565-1470. Now back to the show. You got it. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. You're listening to and watching Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. I'm your host, Bree Gordon. I've got a co-host tonight, Ryan Shank, a 6th grader from Lake Worth Christian School, who did just find, thanks Mom, the date and time for his upcoming holiday band concert. So let us know when that is if anyone wants to check it out.
All right, our band concert is Monday, December 5th, and it starts at 7:30.
Very cool. And that is right at the school? At Lake Worth Christian?
It's free, and it's at Lake Worth Christian
Very cool.
in Boynton Beach.
Awesome. Very nice. I like how all these things are free. That's great for the holidays.
Yes.
Yeah, right? You can't beat that. Hey, this just made me think of something. I know you're going to promote real things for your real job, but we got to go caroling on Atlantic Ave again this year.
Oh yeah,
We
it's
do.
an annual tradition.
It is
that
an annual
probably people
tradition.
don't know about.
No, because we decided
Did we
the
do it
day
last
before.
year?
We did. We did
I don't
it in.
remember.
We,
We
did.
we went into Urban Outfitters and somebody
Yeah,
took
we
a
did.
video of us
Okay,
on
I
the
didn't know
stairs.
if that was last
So
year or the year
every year
before.
we
Okay.
just show up at some day on Atlantic Ave and we carol up and down the street until people get
Until people
upset
kick us
with
off.
us. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much how it goes every year. So look for that. Okay, your real jobs. What do you got going on?
So real jobs. Let's see. So the St. Andrews concerts. We have our upper school performing arts concert December 7th, I believe, at 7:00 or 7:30. One of those. Yep. And then the middle school concert is the following Wednesday, the 14th, at 7.
Cool. Awesome. Tune in for the bagpipes. Yeah. But stay for the choir.
Yes.
And the band. The band is good.
All right, in the band. Yeah, sorry, band.
And the Eagles Landing Middle School choir concert is going to be at Olympic Heights High School at 7 p.m. on December 14th.
Very cool.
So, and it's free.
And it's free.
Yes.
Love it. And you also do, which we didn't talk about, you also do something else together.
So George and I are conductors at the Girl Choir of South Florida, which is not in the school system. We have a lot of homeschool kids and kids that do go to public school and private schools. And so that holiday concert is at the Broward Performing Arts Center on December 16th. That's a Friday. And that one starts at 8 p.m. So, but
And
it's
you can
not-
purchase
they can
tickets.
purchase tickets at the Broward Performing Arts Center website.
Awesome. Okay, very cool, guys. So, as any good musician, and you'll learn this, Ryan, December is the.
It's
Is
a
it?
wonderful
It's
month.
a wonderful
very
month for a
busy.
musician. Here's the good thing: you make a lot of money. If you are a musician out for hire in December, oh man. It's a good thing. Everyone wants you on their team. Something to look forward to. All right. For saxophone, do you feel like they hire a lot of saxophone holiday time? Yeah.
Not much.
Oh, you might want to pick up a horn. Horns get a lot.
Yeah.
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 Or singing. You can sing anywhere holiday time.
Flute is
This
also
is where
good.
it's at, Mom. Making the money.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Poor kid. We've scared him clean out of this entire field. He's like, Mom,
Musicians are crazy.
put me in pilot school. I don't want anything to do with this. All right. We have got some live music planned for you today. All right. Listen, we don't always have the right words. Oh,
We
I
don't
made them
have the
change
right
the
words.
key.
Oh my goodness.
It's fine. Are you going to start us out, Georgie?
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You say I took the name in vain, though I don't even know the name. But if I did, well really, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter what you heard, the holy or the broken, hallelujah, 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 I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah,
I see, that wasn't so bad. It's just had two completely different sets of words. It's fine. Don't even worry.
That's why I didn't sing half the song.
It's totally
have a
fine.
song
We
now.
got applause.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My co-host approves. I think we're good. Time for one more? Want to do one more song?
We can do one.
All
more,
right.
Maybe.
Okay, so
see how this-
yeah, we did this once before, like 5 years ago. So we
Yeah,
should be
I
fine.
don't remember how we did it though, so this will
I'm
be
gonna I
interest-
like how you
don't-
wrote
I just
names
kind
on
of
there.
tried to remember what
Okay.
we did before, so I don't know if it's right or not.
I like it. We'll go with it.
Why don't you do the beginning? I'll feel better if you do.
Okay, you just
But I'll do. Okay. I don't know when to start. Okay. Sometimes I feel like throwing my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love I need to see me through.
Sometimes it seems like the going's just too rough. Things go wrong no matter what I do. Now and then it seems life is just too much. But you got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily meal. Oh. When friends are gone, I know my Savior's love is real.
You got the love, you got the love, oh, you got the love. You got the love, you got the love, oh, you got the love. Time after time I think, oh Lord, what's the use? Time after time I think it's just no good. 'Cause sooner or later in life, the things you love you lose. But you got the love I need to see me through. You got the love, you got the love, oh, you got the love. You got the love, you got the love, oh, you got the love. You got the love, you got the love, you've got the love. You've got the love, you've got the love, you've got the love. I don't know what. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love I need to see me through.
Hey, there you go.
That was interesting. It was very low. I don't think we did it in that key last time.
No, we did everything differently the last time we did it. This is what happens when you let a music therapist.
Oh, I need to
Guide
practice first. I need to
anything,
practice
really.
first. I can't do stuff on the spot like that.
That is such a test of our friendship that you let me put you both through that. Really. It just shows this is the friendships you bond that you make through music, Ryan.
Lifelong friends.
Yeah, then 5 years later you can
Yep.
torture them live on the radio. Yeah, it's so
Something
fun.
to look forward to.
Well, he's a pro.
Absolutely. It's like, I'm not worried about this at all. Yeah, like, I love how I walked in today. Ryan, fine, right? Were you nervous?
Sort of.
Oh, you didn't
you
show
can't
up.
tell.
You're like a natural, Ryan.
Oh.
Yeah, you're really good.
Today, what did you learn today, Ryan?
I learned
What? Mom is whispering to get more organized.
I learned music.
You learned music. Did you learn like, yay, I want to continue to do this, or
He looks a
I
little scared.
could not run fast enough out of this room?
To be
it's just
honest, yay! I do want to continue and look forward to new
Good
things.
job, teachers.
Awesome.
You have done your job. Don't you feel good about that?
Mission accomplished.
Mission
Mission
accomplished.
accomplished.
You got into this to change lives. Maybe you changed one very special life in this room today. Feel pretty good about that, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I've lost my friends. It's fine. We're doing great. One more time, we've got a lot of holiday concerts coming up. One more time, Ryan, with yours. Do you have it on the screen still?
No,
Okay,
it went away.
Beautiful. Lindsay, one more time.
December 5th for his.
Oh, December 5th, 7:30.
Lovely. And it's just band or band and choir?
It's band and choir. It's free. It's LWCS.
Lakeworth
School,
Christian.
Lakeworth Christian School in Boynton Beach, and maybe you'll get to see me there. So,
Absolutely. Why else would you go? I mean, come on. You got to see the star of connections here. And that is just middle school.
nope. It's high school,
It's the
middle
whole
school.
thing.
Yes, and at Jubilate, and 5th grade too.
Wow, you have so much stuff going on. We even got the cue music. So, wow, good job reciting all that. Nice job with the assist from Mom. St. Andrew's School.
December 14th and December 7th.
December 14th, Eagles Landing Middle School at Olympic Heights High School.
And girls choir.
Girl choir at Broward Center is December 16th.
Awesome. Best of luck to all you musicians and all you musicians out there to
Thank
get
you.
through the holiday season. My heart is with you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I
Thanks for having us.
really hope we remain friends after this. And Brian, you're amazing. Come back anytime you want. It would be an honor for me to have you as a co-host again. So really, thank you so much for being here. And thanks for lending them to us, Mom. All right, we will see you next Wednesday. Stick around for their next program with Two Broads from Boca. Have a wonderful week. Take care. Thank you for listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. We hope you enjoyed today's program and discovered new ways to bring music, art, and dance into your home or workplace. Please find a copy of today's show at pbmti.com. If you have any questions for our guest or myself, please email me at Bree, that's BREE, at pbmti.com, or call the Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute at 561-747-9944. Tune back in next week for an all-new live show. See you then.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami.